It's Kelly and Daniel, and today we have a partner stretching workout for you.
Now these are all yoga-inspired stretches. They're gender neutral. I'll get that out eventually. So you don't have to worry about doing this with your significant other. It can be with your friends, family members. Doesn't really matter. These are all really, really nice, easy stretches to do as well.
You don't need any equipment for this, so let's go ahead and get started. So our first stretch is a standing quad stretch. So you're going to turn to face your partner, put your hand on their shoulder, and then pull up with that opposite foot so you have balance.
The partner's going to be doing the opposite side. So you'll be doing opposite legs facing towards one another.
So keep a slight bend in your knee if you need to. That helps make balancing a little easier.
Squeeze that heel back towards your butt. Press that knee back behind you. Try to keep that torso straight up and down. Just a little bit longer. Keep those lungs open, breathing normally. And let it relax.
Okay, so
Switch
exact
sides.
same thing on the opposite side. It's hard to balance on this mat.
Yeah.
It's a little wobbly. Oh.
A little bit longer, keep going. And let it relax. Okay,
Right.
next one,
Right
both
there.
hands are going to stay up. If one of you has slightly broader shoulders than the other, then you're going to be on the outside. Step back, go a little bit back further. So drop down like you're going to do a toe touch, but those arms stay up on those shoulders, back stays perfectly flat. Just press down as far as is comfortable. Just keep those lungs open, nice big full deep breath.
You should feel this in the backs of your thighs and your hamstrings back there, your lower back, and your shoulders.
And go ahead and let that relax, nice and slow back up. Next one is going to be a partner back bend. So depending on how long your arms are, or if one of these is a lot taller than the other, then one's going to have to do a little bit different position. So normally you're just going to hold on to each other's arms. If one has really long arms, you might need to grab onto the waist of the other person. Just nice and slow. Lean back.
If one of you is a lot lighter, you can stand like I am, and it gives you a little more leverage so you don't end up falling over on each other.
Just try to arch as much as you can, as much as it's comfortable. Really let that weight kind of lean against each other. So you're trying to use each other as counterbalance. Just a little bit longer. And slowly let it relax. All right, our next one is going to be tree pose. So standing sideways.
Nope, back to back.
Back to back. Oh,
There
back
you
to
go.
back. That's right.
Okay,
Sorry.
so get into the tree pose, and then you stand nice and close to each other's back, and you're standing here with your arms out to the sides, and then you're going to gently pull back and forth on each other's arms. So he pulls mine, and I get a nice chest stretch, and then I'm going to pull him so he gets the same. Do this nice and slow, be really gentle so you don't hurt each other.
Again, keeping those lungs open, torso straight up and down.
As you can tell, this is not just a stretching routine, you're also using those muscles as well. So there's some toning benefit to all this too. So it feels good, but it's not completely without effort. Should go ahead and switch feet. Oh, you okay? All right.
Keep those lungs open. As your arms start getting tired, those shoulders start getting tired, you're going to want to let your arms start to droop. So try to be conscious of keeping those hands up really nice and high, shoulder height.
Ooh, got some good pops going on.
And let it relax.
All right. So next up, I'm going to drop down into child's pose. Come down here and press down into the mat.
So the partner stands right behind, feet just about shoulder width apart. You're going to drop down like you're going to do a toe touch, but put your hands on their lower back. Then nice and slow, walk up their back. So you're actually going to lean forward. You should feel that calf start to engage a little bit. Grab onto their shoulders and then actually pull back a little bit. And you should feel those hamstrings, that lower back engage. Get a good stretch those calves and hamstrings, and nice and slow let it release. Walk back down their back. I'm going to do this a couple of times. Keep that back nice and flat. And slowly walk out with those hands, letting it back around a little bit more. Grab those shoulders, squeeze back, pull them in towards you. Nice and slow. Back up again. We'll do this one more time.
Make sure you're taking nice deep breaths if you're the one on the ground. You're just relaxing here, basically getting a nice back rub from your partner.
That's a good point too. As you're walking with those hands, actually put some weight into those hands. So you're actually kind of pushing on just on either side of the spine. And let it relax. And we'll come back up and we're gonna switch spots.
Down, like he said, on either side of the spine here, just kind of inch your way up. You get to the shoulders, you can pull and lean back a little bit. Makes you really get that deep stretch all through your hamstrings and glutes and your shoulders. Walk back up. And then slowly sink back in deeper. Do that one more time. Pull here. And slowly come back up. All right, now I'm going to sit down back to back with him. Okay. And we're doing torso stretch. So I'm going to pull on his thigh to get more of a twist out of this, and he's going to go the opposite direction and pull on my thigh.
Try to keep that chest straight up and down so you're not rolling forward or trying to lean into it. You're just rotating right on top of that spine.
Basically keep your backs pressed together. Do this a couple times, we'll go each direction. Oh, that feels good. I can feel my back going back into place.
So a lot of these stretches you'll find can actually help out quite a bit for kind of realigning your spine. If you can move really nice and slow and just light tension on that back so those muscles contract a little bit, you'll be amazed at how much will slide back in place.
Other side again.
Mm-hmm.
Opposite side. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna sit facing one another. I'm gonna do a partner stretch, just pulling each other back and forth. Nice and slow, nice and gentle. You don't want to hurt each other. Pull as far as you can.
The person that's pulling, doing the pulling, make sure you keep your back really nice and flat. So as you pull, don't round and pull. You want to pull with a flat back.
Make sure you're breathing. You don't want to be holding your breath. Go one more each way.
Sure. Just keep reminding yourself, keep those lungs open. Nice, slow range of motion. Talk to each other from time to time. Make sure you're not pulling too hard for the other person. It's only as far as is comfortable.
Right. Bring your heels together. So we're doing a really similar motion, but with our heels together. So this is going to be a hip socket stretch, nice and deep in there.
So should you feel it back up in that hip socket, not necessarily in the inside of your thigh. You might feel it in the inside of your thigh just to get into this first position, but. So same exact thing, just kind of leaning just a little bit. Try to keep your back perfectly flat as you lean forward to feel it more in your hip socket. So if you round your back, you're going to be stretching more in your lower back, less in your hip socket. So if you keep your back perfectly flat, then you're going to be able to feel it more in just that hip socket. Just keep those lungs open. Just breathing normally. Never hold your breath. Whether you're doing an exercise or a stretch, you should always be breathing.
One more back and forth.
Sure. You have one more stretch after this?
Yeah, just one more. My favorite one. So none of these should be causing you any pain at all. Maybe a little bit of slight discomfort once you get to that point where your body says no more, but nothing should ever hurt. All right, so which one do you want to be?
I'll start on the bottom.
Okay. All right, so he's going to reach for his toes, and I'm going to use his back to press up into a back bend basically, but minus the arms. So I'm pressing up high, but I can let my arms relax and just kind of move back and forth. You get to stretch your hip flexors because you're pushing up so high. A little bit of a core stretch as well, and those arms just hanging there. It feels really nice.
For the person on the bottom who's doing the toe touch, if the weight of the person on top is just a little bit too much, put your hands on the ground to help brace yourself. Otherwise, let all that tension go into those hamstrings, get a little extra stretch.
All right, you want to switch?
Mm-hmm.
Go back and forth a couple times. Now I'm going to sit down, just like Daniel was doing. I'm going to reach for my toes.
Scoot towards me.
Oh, sorry. I'm going the opposite way. See ya.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. You going back?
You want to do it
You
again?
good?
You want to do another round?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, one more round. It has just been decided. Press up into that bridge and just hang here. Sink back down. Go to the last stretch.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all of our partner stretches for today. I hope you guys enjoyed them. And if you guys have any other ideas of your own that you want to see as far as partner stretches go or anything else, let us know in the comment section below. Other than that, we'll see you guys next time. This workout is complete.